Just looking at the cost there, $100 million for these 5 new aircraft. Of course, we know that you recently had your IPO raising $11.84 billion. And of course, the question is, to what extent are the IPO proceeds being used to fund the 5 new aircraft?
To pay the PDPs for the 5 aircraft, you know very well that when we went to the market, we talked about our expansion plan, because you recollect that 3 years back, we had another program that was on fleet renewal. In other words, we were taking out the old aircraft and replacing them with 7 brand new ATRs. But this particular program is on fleet expansion. And in this program, we've ordered actually 5 brand new aircraft, ATR 42-600, 4 of them, and 1 ATR 72-600, 1 of them. And this is going to be delivered in the next 3 years. This year, we've just, in fact, as we talk now, I'm in Toulouse. We've just taken delivery of 1 ATR 42-600, and I'm proud to say that we are the first customer actually in Africa, and in fact in the whole world, to get ATR 42-600, because this is the new series.
Yeah.
That has just come out. It's the latest.
So then tell us about these aircraft, because Mr. Alfonse, just looking at them, I know that you said in your press release that they're the manufacturers of the world's best-selling regional aircraft, and of course you talk about the fact that you're the first purchaser of one of them. How much more fuel efficient are these aircraft, and how much more carbon or less carbon intensive are they in an era where, of course, airlines are being taxed for the carbon emissions they offset?
Okay, this new aircraft has several advantages. One, actually, most of the improvement is on the cabin. And this enhances the safety issue, because it has an interface between the machine and the pilot, and most of it is electronic, so there is such an enhancement. Now, for example, before when you had the pilot flying on the other aircraft, you would have a manual with him. And if there is any technical or anything you have to consult, you have to use the manual. But this particular one, everything is electronic. In fact, there are sensors. If there is something wrong or a snag that you have, the aircraft will be able to tell you which particular area, and immediately after that, there will be the manual, which is electronic, coming on the screen. And you can be able to, to know what the options are.
Yeah.
So that is one. That will also help us with maintenance, because rather than trying to look for all the areas where there could be problems, at least there will be a report which will be generated immediately, and therefore it will be possible to focus on whatever the snack is. Now, coming to the cabin, we have it can take more baggage, so you can go in with more cabin baggage. The bins are bigger than even the ones for Dash 500, and therefore that is also another good improvement on the aircraft.
Yeah. When it comes to new routes planned, what are your expectations as to what the next route will be? Because recently launching route between Dar es Salaam and Johannesburg, you're flying to the Comores, to Lake Victoria, Lake Tanganyika. So what's in store for the next year?
Sorry, can you say that again?
I said that you recently launched the route between Dar es Salaam and Johannesburg, amongst others. What new routes do you have in store for next year?
Okay, for the ATRs, we have a lot to do in the domestic front. We want to increase frequencies to Mtwara, for example. We are also increasing frequencies to Kilimanjaro and Arusha. We are also increasing our frequencies from Zanzibar to Nairobi, and also near the lake. We also will be introducing next year flights to Kigoma and Tabora, which we had stopped operations because of the state of the runway. But this time, since they are working on the runway, we'll be able to reintroduce the services back there. But again, we are also looking at opening up the southern part of Tanzania. We are talking about Mbeya, and the airport should be ready by March next year. And we intend to start operations immediately. The airport is ready.
Yeah.
Now, coming to the other regional routes, we will be introducing flights to Lilongwe and to Harare, but that will be early next year.
And of course, Alfonse, for the market, of course, you just listed. The question that many would have is, what's the outlook for the company when it comes to earnings? Because, I mean, just in South Africa, we recently had one-time filing for liquidation. And of course, we know the airline industry as a whole is under pressure right now. What are your thoughts on remaining profitable in light of the fact that you've got so many cost pressures and concerns around demand for routes?
That is the reason why we operate the air tier more, because it has worked for us. Our cost base is lower. In fact, year on year, we are having double-digit growth. And therefore, we think that, yes, it is true that the aviation world is facing some serious constraints and problems. I mean, even the number of passengers are dwindling. But that works for us when we use the air tier because it is more economical. Fuel-wise, the consumption is good, and therefore we think that with our business model, we will still make headway, even in areas where many are facing this